Hi, I'm Dan Welton, Editor-in-Chief for the Facility Market, and today I'm speaking with Andy Gager, CEO of AMG International Consulting. Facilities management is often seen as a cost center, so getting more money isn't the easiest thing to do. So today, Andy and I are talking about making a business case for your project. So Andy, when making that business case, what's the number one thing that grabs management's attention?
Money. Money is number one. There's a whole process when we're talking about, whenever we're going to be proposing any improvements or capital improvements or whatever project that is. And when we build the business case, what we work with is three different documents. Essentially, is the actual business case where there's a executive summary. Here's the scope of the project, what we want to do. These are some of the assumptions, some of the alternatives, choices, risks, okay? So that's a standard document that we use. But then behind that document, we have to build a business case. So, what's my return on investment? Managers they're willing to give you $1, but they're expecting $10 in return. What you won't get is them investing $10 to get a $1 return. So on the back side of that document, we have to build a business case, a financial business case. What's the initial outlay of this money? What's the return on that, whether that's our return on investment or internal rate of return on that. But really, it's going to come down to management's concerned about money.
And how much of the presentation focus on those initial costs versus the long-term savings?
Well, of course, it's going to be initial cost, right? So, how much is this going to cost me? And then again, when am I going to realize, what's my sort of break-even point, okay, for that investment? And then when am I going to start realizing some of the return on that investment? Now, when we talk about some of these business cases and we talk about financial, some of these people talk savings. So a lot of the improvement initiatives that we put in place, it's really cost avoidance, cost reductions. Okay, it's not always savings that we're proposing.
In the business case, should facility managers provide alternatives? For example, here's the most expensive ideal scenario, but here are some lower cost alternatives.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always an interesting question because there are actually some individuals that believe the cheapest is the best, which is not the case at all. So, that third document that I just mentioned, so we had the business case, we had the financial, now this other one is called life cycle costing analysis that we have to do. On that document, that's when we do propose alternatives. Over the life of that capital asset or whatever the case may be, this option, yes, it's more expensive initially, but in the long haul, it'll actually reduce our overall cost.
And who from the facility management team should be involved in making that business case for these projects?
Cross-functional, for sure. One thing that I'm adamant about is I do not want one person making these decisions. You need input from all the term that we use today is called stakeholders. So all the stakeholders, both internal and external, we need their input to build the best solid business proposal that we can generate.
Thanks for speaking with me today, Andy, and thanks for watching.